Hello, welcome to this small presentation of mine. From Dream to Reality, a game dev journey. I am Fahim Kamal, so let's get started. Today we will try to see and unlock the secrets of game development. But before everything else, let me tell you who I am. I already told you, I am Fahim Kamal Ahmed, and it is very much obvious that I was also a student of this very Bundur University of Science and Technology. I was a student of this university since 2018 to 2022. And also I was a founding member of this very club, UB Computer and Programming Club. So it's a great honor that now I'm here back again. So thank you very much for inviting me. And just so you know, I also helped establish this programming club as well. So I am feeling quite proud of myself. And from the pictures here, I'm sure you can see that I have been to different universities for competitive programming. And also I was fortunate enough to attend two of the most prestigious programming contests in our country, ICPC and NCPC. So yeah, and just so you know, these programming contests really helped me in my career as well. And by the way, what is my career? Yes, I am a professional game developer. And it's been more than 3 years. This is what I'm doing as a professional game developer at Nova Labs, by the way. And here is the picture of my team. You must be seeing me here just beside my boss. So it's a great honor. By the way, there is a fun fact here. This is me. My name is Fahim. This is another colleague of mine. His name is also Fahim. And then there is another colleague of mine. He also works just beside me. His name is also Fahim. So in the team here, 50% of the people that you can see in this image are all Fahim. Nice, right? Okay, anyway, let's go. So I have a question for you. Have you ever dreamed of creating your own video game? I mean, you are here and you already knew what this webinar is about, right? So how many of you ever think of that? Because this is the very question that actually drove me to get where I am today, a game developer. And all the pictures here, I'm sure some of you already played these games, right? These are all some legendary games that has made our childhood memories so much memorable. So, what are the things that we are going to learn today? Our roadmap for tonight. At first, we will see the global dream. I mean, we are talking about game development, so we need to see and learn about this gaming industry, right? And then obviously I will tell you and share my own personal journey, how I started to learn about programming, game development, and how I have come here where I am today. And obviously, third, the local reality. I mean, the global dream is a big thing, I know, but at some point you will have to start your journey, right? And that is going to be from the very first step, and which is in our country. Okay, so you have to learn what is our game development industry looks like in Bangladesh, and obviously your path forward. So how could you move forward as a game developer? What kind of steps should you take to move forward as a game developer? And obviously at the very last live Q&A session where you could question me about the things you have in your mind, and I will try to answer you as much as possible. So let's start, shall we? Now these pictures here, I'm pretty sure you have watched all of them or maybe some of them. I mean, who doesn't know about Red Dead Redemption 2? And who doesn't know about GTA 5 and the GTA 6, which is about to be released in next year? So let me show you some of the titans of this industry. As I said, the $1 billion club, because it is. I mean, look at the name Rockstar Games. They were founded in 1993 and their company worth is 27 billion. And I don't think I need to tell you about the names of these games, right? You already know. Electronic Arts, which was founded in 1982, and their company worth is 37 billion. And look at this, Nintendo, they were founded in 1889. Now you must be thinking, hey, at that time, computer not even invented. What you talking about? Yes, they didn't start as a game development company, obviously. They started as game creators. They used to create different kind of card games and stuff. But nowadays, they are very much invested in this industry as well. I mean, just look at this face. Is there anyone in here who doesn't know this face, who doesn't know what is the name of this guy? His name is Mario, by the way. And you already know him because he was created before any of you in this class was even born. And you guys are, who doesn't know about Assassin's Creed? Who doesn't know about Far Cry? We all was born and we were raised playing these kind of games. And Microsoft, well, I'm sure you already know why Microsoft is famous, because they created Windows. But the thing is, they also make games. I mean, I'm sure you know about the game Halo. I'm sure you already know about the game Minecraft, Call of Duty, Diablo. All these names are very, very much famous. And just the gaming industry of Microsoft worth more than $69 billion. Can you imagine? And these 5 names is not just 5 industries, bro. There's thousands. There's thousands other gaming company who only create games every single year. Now, let me show you the evolution of gaming. It all started in 1972 with a single Pong game. It was just a 2D game inside, at that time, was in a computer. That was the very beginning, and after that, it never stopped. It only kept growing until 2018, when we started to see games like this, almost real life game. And it still is 2018, and now it is 2025. So I'm sure you can imagine how much the industry has grown by now. Have you played any game recently? I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, right? Now let me show you some games that actually made history. Esports revolution. I'm sure you know about the name Counter-Strike, right? It was launched around 2000. And you can see the number, right? A pillar of esports for 20 plus years, and it's still going. Multi-million-dollar prize pool every time when they organize some kind of multiplayer game. Dota 2. And by the way, fun fact, all these games, they're not actually made all by themselves. They were actually made from some other game as a mod. Like the Counter-Strike, it was actually a mod of Half-Life game. And Dota 2, it was also a mod from Warcraft 3. Well, League of Legends is different, but it was entirely inspired by Dota game. And Valorant. Valorant is one of the biggest, fast-growing game in the world right now. I'm quite sure 50% or maybe even more than you present right now in this room, at least once you have played this game, and maybe there's someone in this room who plays this game like every single day. Before you go to sleep, you play this game. I'm sure there's some of you here. Let me know if I'm wrong, by the way. And that is not all. Now let me show you the saga to try. These are the names which were introduced to us before most of us was born. like the Doom game. It was first released in 1993, and very recently we all played the game Doom: The Dark Ages. If you just search online, maybe watch some videos on YouTube. What was the very first Doom game, which was released in 1993, and the very latest game, Doom: The Dark Ages, which was released very recently around 2025, you will see how much our industry has grown. And by the way, this game is called the father of FPS. Then the Tomb Raider game. It was first released in 1993 and still it is present. And we all play this game, or most of it is. It defined the 3D action adventure and successfully rebooted for a modern era as well. Now, the Elder Scroll. It was first released in 1994, but specific game I should talk about is Elder Scroll 5 Skyrim. It was released in 2011, and this is a kind of game which never died actually. If you search online, you will see that there are many players who are still playing this game. And that is not all. There's thousands of modders in this world who are creating new mods for this game like every single day. And lastly, Grand Theft Auto. I'm sure most of you know this name as GTA. Have you ever heard of GTA San Andreas, GTA Vice City? I'm sure you know about GTA Vice City because I grew up playing that game, the Bangla version. I love this game. I used to spend hours playing this game. Yes, that game is one of the games from this series, this franchise. And very soon, I'm sure you can see this image here, right? So this game or this franchise is gonna have another release next year. I'm gonna talk about this game specifically in detail very soon, Joe. So stay tuned with me. And those are not the only games they are making history. I mean, look at these names here. Uncharted. It was released in 2007, and this game is quite popular because of its fourth installment, Uncharted 4: A Thief's End. It's a great game with the amazing story, cinematic, character-driven, and first-person action game. It's an awesome game. I'm sure some of you has played this game. The Far Cry. I mean, look at this face. Even if you never played Far Cry game, I think most of you has at least saw this face. This face is an iconic villain of Far Cry 3. An amazing game, an amazing villain of the story. Then Horizon Zero Dawn. Look at this. Aloy is trying to shoot this gigantic robot with just a bow and arrow. Quite a game, and it's very beautiful. And we can't forget about Among Us. Even though it was released in 2018, but it actually became global hit in 2020. Because of it, I mean, we all know what the situation was in this year because of coronavirus. Everything was closed. We were stuck inside our home. So we had to do something. And what can we do? And then most of us came to know about this game and we started playing about this game. And suddenly our life was a little bit better because we were able to spend time with our friends. And that is all thanks to this game. Well, not just this game, because there are many other games that I couldn't just list in this slide here, which is impossible. If I start to write about different games and their names, this slide is not enough, not even this entire presentation slide. You'll have to write a very big list of it. So these are the games that we played and most probably will continue to play as gamers. By the way, as I said that we will talk about Grand Theft Auto. I mean, just look at this table here. We all loved this Avenger Endgame, right? Look at this number. This film was produced with a production budget of 356 million. But on the other hand, GTA 6, it's a game and its production budget is almost $2 billion. Just imagine the tremendous amount of money invested in this single game. And the movie which produced revenue in its lifetime, which is only $2.8 billion. But this GTA 6 is not even released, but it is projected that this game will earn $1 billion in just a single day. Can you imagine this number? This game has been in the making since 2014 and it's still not done. The biggest budget ever. I mean, no other game was built with this much money. And yes, this game is gonna make history. They're all game. Some other developers actually creating this game. And I can say that I feel proud that I also work in this industry. Maybe not to this scale just yet, but yeah, there is a very big possibility that maybe one day I will try to reach this height. And I hope some of you will also follow me in that journey as well. Okay, so the journey. Let's talk about my journey. Well, it all started with a ball mouse. Let me explain what I meant. What I meant is that when I was just a kid, I once visited my father's office, and at that time, that very day, I was introduced with computer. Before that day, I never saw any computer. So I saw what computer is, and at that time, the mouse was a little bit different than what we use today. I mean, the mouse we use today has optical mouse, it has laser in it, and the performance of the mouse is very smooth. But at that time, the mouse used to contain a metal ball in it, which was quite heavy. So the mouse was a little bit challenging to move. And at that time, on my father's computer, I played two games. One of them was Road Rash, which is this one, and another one is Virtua Cop 2, which is this one. So that is why I added these pictures here. And the moment I played these games, I was hooked with it. And I knew that no matter what I do in my life, I will be connected with computer and games, which continued to grow because after a few years, when my father bought a computer at home, I started to ask a lot of questions to my father, to my siblings. By the way, the computer which was bought at home, that wasn't for me, but for my siblings, my brother and sister. They are quite elder than I am. So at that time, they used to be the ones who were supposed to use the computer. And I was just a bystander. But most of the time, I would ask millions of questions about computer. And yes, my brother and sister used to answer some of them, but then they would just become angry at me and shut me down. But not my father. He used to answer all my questions, and because of his contribution in my life, I am what I am today. He is the one who built my foundation, which only grown when I actually joined university, this Punro University, because at that time I started to learn about programming. And then I finally find out that the games that I used to play as a kid, if you know programming, you could make them. So the goal was set at that time that what I have to do is just learn how to code, and then eventually I'll also be able to make all these favorite games of mine, and people will also play my game. So I showed you about different charts and budgets of different games, but that is not the thing that actually attracted me, but my dream. So okay, now let's see Bangladesh game dev scene. as I said, that we will talk about Bangladesh and the gaming industry in Bangladesh. Yes, $2 million, sorry, $2 billion is invested in one game. But that is not the same scenario in our country. Our country, it's very much small. Yes, it's an emerging industry. We are growing, but our primary market is only mobile game, Play Store or Apple Store. And the business model is quite focused on hyper casual games with ad based monetization, which means you will be able to freely download the games, and then when you will play those games, occasionally you will see ads in it. Or maybe to earn some kind of special reward, you will press a button to watch an ad. And when you do, the developer who created the game will earn a little bit of money from Google or Apple, depending on the game and the platform it was released. And the very common practice is reskinning model. So what they do is that they buy some kind of game template and then just change different things, assets in it, and then they release it. Anyway, these are all positive things, but let me tell you the hard truth: how we are going to navigate the job market as a fresher. It's high competition and the opening is very, very limited. You will apply to many jobs and most likely you will never hear back from them. And it's normal. I mean, this is lack of response is not personal. It's a reality of high volume job market in our Bangladesh, in every industry. It doesn't matter if you are a game developer, if you are a web developer, or maybe in some other field which is not related to computer science. Wherever you go, you will see a huge number of competition. So yeah, it's reality. So what is the challenge? Is that how do you make your CV one of the few that actually gets chosen? Well, let me show you. Let's talk about the roles that you can take on as a game developer. By the way, let me show you one thing very clearly. Even though you all are trying to be programmer or learn how to code, there is a huge amount of roles in this list here, which is not limited, by the way. There's much more. Only three of them, like gameplay programmer, engine programmer, tools programmer. Only in these places you will have to know about program. But the rest of them, like game designer, level designer, navigation designer, story writer, in these cases you don't have to write a single line of code, but these roles are very, very much important. I mean, just think about the game Among Us. At least someone had to came up with the idea, right? And that idea was made inside someone's brain who is a game designer. And we all talked about different games like the Uncharted 4 or the Horizon Zero Dawn. They have so big maps in it. So how they were built? With the help of level designers. And they do not need to write any code, bro. So if you think that I am not a very good programmer, how am I going to be a game developer? It's fine. You do not need to write code. Maybe your magic is in 3D modeling. I mean, every single game nowadays made with 3D models, right? So someone have to create those. I mean, look at this lady here. She is trying to make a 3D model. So why not just make a 3D model? Maybe you're good at animation. So yes, every single 3D model in game needs animation. So make animation for that. That is also a very good job opportunity for you. Texture artist. I mean, yes, it's a good thing that someone has already made a model of a 3D character. Okay, but you need the texture on it, right? So you can do that. Maybe VFX artist. And by the way, VFX artist, lighting artist, 3D modeler, animator. These roles are not limited by game development industry as well. I mean, it doesn't matter where you go, there will be places where you will need 3D modeler, you will need animator and VFX artist. I mean, we talked about Avenger Endgame. Do you know how many stuff was made inside Blender or some other 3D tools in the computer and not in real life? And VFX, because of this roles, now we have so many great movies in front of us. So the opportunity is endless. And I haven't even talked about this section, production and support team. I mean, producer, project manager, sound designer, composer, quality assurance tester, marketing, community management, legal. There's huge amount of opportunities you have in this game development industry. All you have to do is just choose one of them and you can move forward. It doesn't matter if you don't know about programming, it's fine. You can be a part of this industry without learning a single line of code. But you have to choose at least one. And what is your strategy? How you're going to stand out and succeed? Well, first of all, your portfolio is everything. It doesn't matter how small it is, but try to create one or two complete game. Not incomplete, but complete. Because as a fresher, when you are trying your luck in different companies, they will try to see how much you're capable of. And these games will prove your worth and also show that you are built for the current market. I mean, I told you that in Bangladesh, mobile development is quite common. So learn about mobile opportunities and ad integration. They will love it. And most probably, they will hire you as well. And let's not forget about documentation. I mean, it's very much important. Show your problem solving progress on GitHub, a blog, or maybe through videos. GitHub, it's a very powerful place to show off your skill. When you're working on a project, remember to upload it on GitHub. And remember to add a very eye-catching README page with it. And when you are applying for a job, do not forget to add the GitHub link of your portfolio. GitHub link of your profile. It's a great way to learn how good of a coder or developer you are. And also networking. It's very, very important, my friend. Join local game dev groups and connect with the developers on LinkedIn. And obviously show off your skills. It doesn't matter how small your project is, take a few screenshots, maybe some screen recording, and then add it. So use LinkedIn. I'm sure you all use Facebook daily. Why not invest a little bit of Facebooking time in LinkedIn every day and try to find the people who are working in the industry that you chose? It doesn't have to be just game development. I mean, maybe you are interested in AI. So try to find people who are already working in AI industry. Maybe you are interested in mobile app development. Then try to find those guys on LinkedIn. Try to connect with them. Try to collaborate with them, talk with them, ask for their experience and see what they're sharing on their own profile. There is a huge opportunity that you might find something very interesting which will help you progress in your own life. So do not hesitate. Try to start a conversation with them. Maybe not all of them will reply, but there is always someone who will do reply, and maybe you will get a chance to learn something new from them, which you are lacking right now as a fresher, by the way. So yeah, try your luck on LinkedIn. Must be. And let's not forget about the heroes of tonight. I mean, we are talking about game development, but How do you make them? Well, these are two heroes that you can use to make games, like Unreal Engine and Unity. If you played any game, I'm sure at some point when you are starting the game, you have seen their logo, Unreal Engine or Unity. So if you're working with Unreal Engine, most probably you will be using C++ and Blueprint. By the way, this Blueprint is a version of C++ which you can use inside Unreal Engine to program your game. But on the other hand, if you're using Unity, then you will have to use a C# programming language. By the way, if you're using Unreal Engine, most probably you are trying to make something, a high fidelity graphics game for PC or console. But on the other hand, if you are making games with Unity, the probability is that you are making games for mobile platform. But that is not all. There's thousands of game out there whose are made with Unity and people are playing crazily on computer. So choice is yours. But I would say that maybe you should choose Unity because in our country, as I told you, mostly the target platform is mobile devices. So it will be slightly easier for you to find a job if you know Unity and C#. But that doesn't mean you should blindly follow my advice. If you want to create something amazing, only thing that matters is what you want to do and what is your imagination wants you to do. So choose wisely and obviously do your research. These 3 lines of information is not enough to explain about Unreal Engine or Unity. There's much in it. So try to learn, and learning about these tools is not that hard either. Just go to YouTube and just write down Unreal Engine versus Unity, which is what? You will see hundreds of videos out there who are explaining every single detail there is to know about them. So it's a great resource, and not just about game development, anything related to computer science. There is a very big possibility that if you search online, you will be able to learn about it. So use those smartphones that you have on your hand. Search. You will learn. And also now you have AI. I mean, who doesn't know about ChatGPT? Talk with this guy. You will learn a lot. So it's now your turn. How to start your game development journey? Well, I'm sure you all play lots of game, right? So the next time when you play a game, don't just play this game. Analyze it as well. Ask the question why this is fun. Break down its mechanism and try to see the game in a different light than you used to be. And obviously, start small, but remember to make it finish. Make it to the end. Finish the project. It's a myth in our developer world that we start a lot of projects, but we never finish them. And truth to be told, it's also true about me as well. I am extremely sorry. It has happened a lot. But that is why I'm telling you, as a fresher, as a beginner, start small. You do not need to create the next GTA game. Try something very, very small, but finish it. Trust me, the adrenaline boost you will get, the confidence boost you will feel inside your heart that you can do it, it's a great thing. It's a great motivator that will push you very much into the future. And don't forget, build your portfolio. Maybe you're just a student of first year, maybe second year. It's fine. Do your small projects and start to make a portfolio. You do not need to publish a website at first, it's alright. But I told you about GitHub, right? It can also be a portfolio for you as well. And creating an account in GitHub is totally free, bro. So just use these resources. They're all free. Create your account, start to do different kind of projects, upload them, write about them, Let people know. I mean, when you're working on a project, take a few screenshots and then post it in your Facebook, in your LinkedIn. Let them know that what you're doing, what you are. Maybe one of those viewers is a recruiter. Maybe they will show interest in your work. Who knows? And if that happens, it's a great opportunity for you. So you do not have to submit your CV to thousands of places and then hope that maybe someone will call you. If you can show off your skill, there is a big possibility that someone will notice you and will call you to work for them before you had to do all this thing. So don't wait, start doing. And now, the key takeaways, what you are gonna take away from this entire presentation. The first thing is, game development is a marathon of problem solving. Yes, it's very much true. Finishing a small project is infinitely better than starting a huge one. And it's a great confident booster as well. Your unique journey starts with the first line of code you write today. Don't wait, start doing. And final thought, challenges are not obstacles on your path. They are the path, which is why you are here, right? So challenge yourself and make your path. And this is the very end of our presentations today. If you have any kind of question that you want to know from me, you can ask. And by the way, the pictures that you are seeing in this slide, these are some of the projects and works that I have done. All of them are made by me, and well, I must say that I'm quite proud of my work, and I hope that in future I will only grow. And by the way, these are the links where you could find me, by the way. LinkedIn, GitHub, and obviously my email address. So if you think that you want to learn something, or maybe I know something that you want to know from me, then just contact me, make an email, connect me with LinkedIn. Maybe you will learn something new from my post on LinkedIn and obviously my GitHub. By the way, everything that I post are free and they're all open source. So if you visit my GitHub profile, you will see most of my projects that I have done in this page here. You will see them on GitHub and you can download them for free, and then you can explore how I made all these projects. It's a great resources, bro. And not just about me. There's thousands of game developers out there who have their GitHub account, and they every day post their, well, not all their projects, but some of them as public. So you could download those projects and learn from them as well. So do that. And as I said, if you have any question, just ask away. I'm here for you.